Welcome back to the Holiday Road Travel Vlog.
Hey guys, we are coming at you today from the Yosemite Westgate Lodge, which is in the city of Groveland, about 15 minutes outside the park. And today we're doing something that I wanted to do my entire life, which is go check out Yosemite National Park. So we're on a little bit of a limited time crunch today. We have one day to see as much of the park as possible. This is late spring 2023, so the upper areas of the park are still closed due to snow, but the waterfalls are supposed to be amazing, so we're really excited. If you're driving from the west, we highly recommend staying at the Yosemite Westgate Lodge, located in Groveland, California. It's about 15 minutes from the entrance of the park, which translates to about an hour from Yosemite Valley, and is both comfortable and affordable.
So we knew that there was definitely going to be snow in the higher parts of Yosemite, so that's why some of the trails are closed or certain roads are closed. But we were not expecting to come into Yosemite and there be snow literally everywhere. Like it's like driving through a snow tunnel.
It's the end of April and the snow banks are like 5 feet high.
Yeah, it's like covering signs. Right, and like the roads are clear, like it's not icy or anything right here. But yeah, not expected at all.
We're here at the first waterfall of the day. I don't even know what this one's called, but it's unbelievable. Kind of one of the first things that greet you as you're driving here. And the amount of water is it's insane. They're saying this is record snowfall this winter, and the melt is what's causing these incredible waterfalls, but we're already mind blown and we just got in the park. It's important to note that we visited the park at the end of April 2023, right after a winter of record snowfall and now record snow melt. In fact, the flooding would get so bad the week after we visited that they would end up shutting down the entire park for several days. So the waterfalls really were at the peak of their flow. Luckily, as we're coming in, the sun is still rising, as you can see behind me, which is just bouncing off some of these mountains and cliffs and waterfalls, and it just makes the view even all that much better. But we still haven't even gotten to our parking spot for the day. We just keep getting distracted by these amazing stops. We always recommend getting to the national parks early. It helps beat some of the crowds. Also helps you with parking. According to the Yosemite website, by 9 a.m. most of these lots fill up. Now there is a shuttle that goes throughout the park, so if you can get parking, you can ride the shuttle the rest of the way. So we're almost to our parking spot, but like I said earlier, we keep getting distracted by these amazing pull-offs, and we've still got a little time. We made it to our parking spot here at Yosemite Village, which is kind of the heart of the park, in the valley at least. At 7:30, there is tons of open parking. We're some of the first people here, so you should be absolutely fine. We're a little bit off peak season, but from here, we should be able to take a shuttle to 16 different stops. We have one major hike that at least I want to do today. So we're gonna take the shuttle around, see what we can see, and enjoy our day here in the park.
Breakfast of champions, white cheddar puff Cheetos. So good. And we got some chocolate covered pretzels. I've also had 2 yogurts and a granola bar. So.
We didn't want to leave the park once we got a parking spot because we weren't sure how it was going to turn out. So we picked up some lunch items last night in Groveland.
So just having a little snack.
We're waiting for the first shuttle of the day. I think we're going to take things over first to Lower Yosemite Falls, which obviously is one of the big cool things to see. There's a larger hike that I want to do later in the afternoon, but since Deanna is with child, we're not sure if she wants to do that, so we're going to wait till that warms up so she can just kind of hang out near the trailhead if that's what we want to do. We are at our first true stop of the day, which is one of the most iconic in the park, and that is Lower Yosemite Falls, one of the most famous waterfalls in America. I can't wait to see it. stunning. This view alone is worth the entire trip to Yosemite National Park. I can literally just stand here and look at it for hours. Where we were just at was the view of both falls, but we are taking the trail up a little further to get a little better view, a little closer up to Lower Falls. So that trail splits. We're trying to go down both sides and just see both viewpoints. Guys, there's an eternal rainbow, a double rainbow even. There's so much mist spouting off of those falls that is creating just multiple rainbows just coming out of the waterfall. It's unlike anything we've ever seen. It's amazing. We have a little waterfall back home called Charleston Falls, and one of the local papers called it a mini Niagara, which is wildly overstated. But after seeing Yosemite Falls here in person, I don't think I can ever go back there again. I mean, it feels like a garden hose just kind of shooting water over a rock. It's crazy. And then you come to this and it's just mind-blowing and awe-inspiring. Before hopping back on the shuttle bus, we're walking across the street from the lower Yosemite Falls shuttle stop into kind of the meadow to get some views. There's a pretty beautiful bridge out here crossing the river. So we're gonna see things in this valley, see what kind of views we can get. Look at this quaint little bridge crossing this river, and at the end of it, on the other side in the meadow, is a beautiful little chapel right here in Yosemite. But really cool thing here. Dang, look at that. So that's a flood marker. 1997 was the highest flood levels here, which would have been well over the valley floor. 1955, 37. That's crazy. And they're saying that this year had record snowfall. Glad we don't have floods like that right now. Yosemite Community Church is this beautiful little church right here in the base of the valley. They hold churches every Sunday. If we had more time, we'd probably go. It's really cool. So it's about 9:30 right now. The park is not near as crowded as what we expected, which is awesome. But because of that, instead of taking the shuttle further, we're gonna drive our car over to the Curry Village parking lot, which is closer to the start of the big hike that we wanted to do today. So we've been up since 5 this morning, so even though it's like 10 o'clock, we're a little hungry for lunch, and we're about to do our big hike. So we're going to eat lunch first, then go hike the Mist Trail, which is supposed to be one of the best hikes in the park, and then go from there. We stopped last night to get these, but the hiking lunch of champions, Lunchables. We might have a second lunch. We did find there's a restaurant in the park, so we might do that later in the afternoon. But for now, a little ham and Swiss and pepperoni pizza action. So we're walking to the trailhead for the Mist Trail, which is at the Happy Isles shuttle stop in Trailhead. It's kind of one of the most well-known trails in the park, other than the big ones like Half Dome and that kind of thing. But it's about 2.5 miles, 2.5 to 3 miles. It is fairly strenuous because it has about 1,200 feet of elevation, but most that's at the end. So we're gonna go as far as we can. I may complete the trail. Again, Deanna, since she's pregnant, might just do that first part, but it leads to Vernal Falls, which is another really cool waterfall. And obviously Yosemite hasn't let us down with that yet. So proud of Deanna and our baby girl. They are hiking and doing a marvelous job. I don't think she's gonna go all the way to the top, but it's still quite a hike just to get to the bottom of the falls.
This is not exactly pregnancy friendly. It's not horrible, but we're gonna make it up to at least half. I'm not missing.
We made it to a nice scenic overlook. I think we're getting close to at least that first half before we gotta head up the Mist Steps, or at least I'll head up the Mist Steps there. But really some cool views. You can start to get a little elevation. You can see Yosemite Falls right behind me there. Just everywhere in the park, there's a new view of Yosemite Falls, and every view is totally unique and totally worth it. Maybe it's just because it's our first hike in a while, but this certainly feels beyond the medium level of difficulty that they rated. But it's okay, we're getting there. We made it to the Vernal Falls Bridge. There's a little bathroom here and water fountain, so it's really nice. I'm gonna try to go the remainder of the way up of the Mist Trail to the top of Vernal Falls. But yeah, super cool. The payoff down here is great. Even if you just come to this level, amazing view of the waterfall, totally worth it. So if you missed our last video, Deanna is pregnant, so we're trying to make sure she doesn't do anything too strenuous. So the last leg of this hike, I'm taking on myself. It's called the Mist Trail. It's supposed to get a little misty up here, so I can't wait to see it.
Close to? Yeah, I think it's good, right? Yeah.
Well, massive disappointment there. So as it turns out, the Mist Trail is closed today before getting to the top of Vernal Falls. So I checked the website just a couple days ago, didn't see anything on that. But again, the water's so heavy right now, I think the flooding just makes it so that you can't get all the way up there. So we're grateful to have seen what we saw, but I don't think we're seeing any more of it today. Since finishing the Mist Trail leaves us right here at the Happy Isles trailhead, we're gonna go ahead and do that short trail as well. It's only half a mile before heading back to the visitor center to explore that and grab some more food. So Deanna made the comment earlier that it's easy to forget the size of these massive redwood trees here, because right next to the mountains, you kind of forget how big they are, but they really are huge, and they're a sight to behold in and of themselves. But when you compare it to mountains like that, you just get lost in them. This little hike takes you to two little islands in the river and also a nature center, which is what we're going to check out now, because who doesn't love fun exhibits? Unfortunately, the nature center was closed this Sunday due to staffing issues, but the hike was still totally worth it. An easy half mile, really cool sights, and super accessible if you aren't up for the bigger or longer hikes. Babe, how happy are these happy isles making you?
They're so happy, and they're making me happy.
Very pregnant friendly hike. This Happy Isles trail is a definite recommend for us. Again, it's only half a mile. It's super family friendly and pregnant friendly here for my wife. But yeah, it's fun. It's really cool scenery. Two little islands in the middle of these crazy rushing rivers. A nice change of pace from some of the more strenuous hikes in the park. And a good before lunch hike for us. We worked up quite an appetite hiking, so we are going to get some more food. The Lunchables just didn't cut it for us. There is a little grill towards the main store of near the visitor center. What do you think you might get?
I have a black bean burger and a hot dog, and I don't know what to get.
Here's a shot of our glorious post-hike meal. That'll do. So we've got a little energy back now that we grabbed there. Nothing great, but I mean, if you're looking for food in the park, it's not a bad option. But we are now heading across the way to the visitor center, where they've got some information on the history of the park.
Just stopped at the visitor center. It was okay. It wasn't as exciting as the grocery store, because the grocery store had a lot of good stuff in it. But the visitor center did have some maps, and they have this cool 3D diagram, which I like.
They have a little theater too that plays a fairly basic movie about the park. We watched 10 minutes and then we were kind of done.
But worth a stop if you're looking for a break.
Yeah, we're gonna head to Mirror Lake now, which is another short 2-mile hike. We're gonna do that and then hopefully go see Bridal Falls if we can get a parking spot. We're here at the Mirror Lake Trailhead, which is stop 17 on the shuttle for one more good hike today. I don't know much about this one, but I'm sure it'll be great. What do you think of Mirror Lake?
Very pregnancy friendly. It's a nice paved path, not too much uphill, beautiful view, very good.
What do you think of the lake itself?
The lake itself was not as clear as some of the other lakes that we've seen, but it was still pretty.
Here at the most iconic view of the park, which is tunnel view. So right coming from the south entrance, as soon as you exit the tunnel, this is the amazing view that greets you. Absolutely stunning. There's a reason why this image is so famous.
It doesn't even look real. It doesn't even look possible.
Yeah, it's otherworldly. One of the best scenic views I think we've ever seen at any national park in America.
Easily.
The last hike we wanted to do in the park was the Bridal Falls trail, but that trail is closed right now. So we pulled up to get as close of a view as we could. As you can see, stunning. It's one of the waterfalls that you see in the tunnel view, scenic view when you first enter the park. So that's going to conclude our amazing day in Yosemite National Park. We accomplished all that in what, about 12 hours?
Yeah, I think we got here around 7:30 and finishing up around 3:30.
Yeah, and that's entering the park even earlier than that, but taking the time to get in the park.
Right.
But it's been absolutely amazing. We're definitely coming back when we have more time. We wish some of those things wouldn't have been closed that were, but we feel like we got a full day for sure.
Oh yeah, and got to see the highlights of everything.
Yeah, if you guys like this video, please remember to subscribe to our channel. We post all kinds of cool travel content, travel videos from across America. So please make sure you're following us. That'd mean the world to us. Thank you guys so much. I've crafted this walking stick to help me better travel this journey. So I found it.
Seems a bit unnecessary to me that he needs that.